In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie in the morning while I'm driving. Ronnie, I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie. I listen to my Ronnie. Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q. Take a seat and go meet Ronnie. Sweet, 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 sweet Ronnie. No day complete without my Ronnie. She can't be beat. Sweet, sweet Ronnie.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising. If you didn't hit the like button, hit the like button on your way in. Thank you so much. So, for those of you who didn't know, yesterday Roberta Flack passed away. Hey, Chakra King Black, Grand Rising to you. Grand Rising Nappy Child. Hello there, Truth and Reason. Miss Queenie, thank you for being here. It's always good to see you. It's always good to see all of you. Hello, Auntie Donna. You in here dancing. I appreciate you. Madison, Grand Rising. So, I have goals up today. Goals. Have you guys been over there watching QB late night shows? If not, you may want to get over there. It's he has been doing some really good shows at nighttime. So on his It's Me QB, let me drop the link. Let me drop his link because I have really been enjoying QB shows lately. Well, I've been watching them lately. I'm not. It's Me QB. I'll drop his link just in case you guys want to find his page. Go over there and check him out. I didn't realize how good that tracker show is. And with me being a content creator, I just love to hear the tracker. But then I'd be like, oh God, I hope they don't put me on the tracker. But hey, if I'm on the tracker, I'm on the tracker. Let me see. Here's the link to QB page. And so, do you guys have any favorite song? Okay, my goals are up. I really, really want to play this song from Roberta Flack that I love. And we are Yes, Roberta Flack passed away yesterday at she was 88 years old. Let me let me tell you guys a little something about Roberta Flack. I have it. All my links are in the description box. There is an article here about Roberta Flack's life, so it's in the description box as well. February 24th, Grammy winning singer Roberta Flack, known for iconic songs like "Killing Me Softly" with his song, has died. She was 88 years old. A representative confirmed her death on Monday to NBC News. A formal cause of death was not shared, but the music artist had been navigating ALS since 2022, causing her to lose her ability to sing. Flack's rep also shared the news with Variety. She died peacefully, surrounded by her family, the rep told the outlet. Roberta broke boundaries and records. She is also a proud educator. Flack started playing the piano as a girl and earned herself a Howard University scholarship at just 15 years old. Eventually, she became a teacher and sang in Washington, D.C. clubs. One such performance was witnessed by musician Les McCann, who said her voice touched, tapped, trapped every emotion I've ever known, and helped her secure a record deal. Her first album, Take Me, was released in 1969. It included the song The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face, which became popular after it appeared in Clint Eastwood Play Misty for Me and earned the singer 2 Grammy Awards. She also was well known for Killing Me Softly with his song, which appears on her 1973 album, Killing Me Softly. Flack was honored with a Hollywood Walk of Fame star in 1999. She later developed the Roberta Flack School of Music for the Bronx High Leadership Charter School. So that link is in the description box. So So, are any of you guys, do you guys have, recall any favorite song from, I don't know if you guys are old enough to know any of Roberta Flack's songs. Girl, that's the song I want to play. That is the song I want to play. That is my jam, girl. That's the it's in the description box. It is in the description box. Yes, it is. My favorite Roberta Flack song are Back Together with Donny Hathaway and Oasis and Oasis. I'm not familiar with Oasis. Hey, Red Wing Hockey. You don't know about Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway? Girl, I know you meant Back Together. How do you back together again? Got the world in a spin. 'Cause you and I back together again. Got the world in a spin. You don't know? Uh, uh, my wedding song was a Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway song. Guess what song that might have been? Not the wedding song. I marched down the aisle to a Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway song. Can anyone guess that song? No, not Killing Me Softly. You Are My Love, You Ate My Heaven, Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. Oh, you have heard of them together. I played her favorite of mine yesterday. I have followed her since the 70s. I've never heard of You Are My Love, My Heaven. I guess I just heard the ones that were I never bought her album, but I guess I just heard the radio songs that she had. But that's not the song I walked down the aisle to. Can anybody get? Oasis came out in the 80s. I'm not familiar with that one. Let me see. Let me see. Let me hear what that is about. Now, if I get enough super chats, I will play a song because I know they will snatch my monitor. No, I've never heard that song before. I just listened to a little piece of it. I've never heard it before. Now, You Are My Love, My Heaven. Let me see. I've never heard of that. Okay, it came right up. Oh, that's with Donny Hathaway. No, I've never heard that song before either. Hey, Nene, thank you. Yes, that's the one. That's the song, Queenie. Queenie, congratulations, Queenie gets the prize. Grand Rising, Nene. Go make me sing La Di Da. What are you saying? Make me sing La Di Da. Is that is that what do you need to go explain? Make me sing La Di Da. Yay! Yes, I walked down the aisle to the closer I get to you. I ain't gonna hurt you guys. The more you make me see by giving you all I got, your love has captured me. Over and over again, I tried to tell myself that we could never be more than friends. And all the while inside, I knew it was real. The way you make me feel. Hey, Jill. Oh, darn it. I came in at the wrong time. Oh, darn it. Darn it, Jill. Well, shit, I was gonna play a song, but I had so far it would just be me singing. That's the next line after "You are my love, you are my heaven, you are my love, you are my heaven." Make me sing "La di di la, la di da." Thank you, Jill. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that song. So, but outside of uh, outside of my wedding song, I love. Okay, I may have to take this one on the chin. If you guys have to come back to this video may not be. Um, I may have to do something different in the beginning of this video. Let me let me do something. Hold on. Hold on, let me get past this commercial. Okay, let me share my screen. Let me put a one in the chat if you can hear this. All right. Okay. Let me know if you can hear this all right. Okay. So we're at 7 minutes and 14 seconds with this song. The song is 9 minutes and 48 seconds. This was in the disco era. If you don't know about disco, you know they let you dance. It do 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 for 2 more minutes. So shout out to Roberta Flack. Gave us so much good music. And it seems like her and Donnie Hathaway are in really back together again. I know you meant Jam. Hey, boss lady, how you doing? Um, straight up East Coast. I used to see her on and off New York City. I used to see her on and off in New York City in Central Park. Yes, Ronnie Q. Let's celebrate like we used to. Exactly. I remember when I was a little girl, when this song came out. Wow, you remember how your song come on the radio and stuff? Oh my God, I love this song. I feel like a family member just passed. Thinking of this right now, her music is a part of the soundtrack of my life. Yes, indeed. So, uh, rest in peace, Roberta Flack. Yeah. Oh man, that song just really takes me back. Oh my God. Uh, to simpler times. Simpler times. Grand Rising, Pretty Black TV. She truly inspired me. Rest in the melody, as Questlove said. Okay, things have changed and will never be the same. Simpler times. Now, uh, I didn't, I didn't know how Donny Hathaway passed away. Um, they were announcing her passing on a show, and the lady said it was a white lady, and she didn't even know it was Donny Hathaway, and she said, "Yeah, a singer." Okay, so this is the story. Donny Hathaway was getting a lot of anxiety, his ex wife said in an article, and that he had been hospitalized because of his anxiety twice. And his manager said that he think that the cause of his death was suicide. But Donny Hathaway fell out of the window. Hey, Stomp Down, Grand Rising. I appreciate this support because you know they're gonna take this video right down and make me fill that in with some YouTube music. Thank you, I appreciate that. Now they said that Donny Hathaway fell out of the window. I think it was from the fifth or the sixth story at the exit SS EXS EXSES Essex Hotel in I think it was in Uh, anyway, in New York City, and he and Roberta Flack had just left the studio, and his manager said that he think it was suicide, but his wife disagreed with him. Uh, yeah, but the wife disagreed, and she said that she doesn't think that that is the reason behind it. She said. Uh, and she don't think that he was depressed or anything like that, because he just had anxiety, because when he came out, he did so well. So I guess it was that, the sophomore album, and he had been back in the studio and all of that type of stuff. So uh yeah, the S X's house, across the street from Central Park. Oh, it was the 15th floor. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a horrible fall. So I didn't know that until yesterday. I knew he had passed away, and he was only 33 years old. The X's. XS. XX. The SX Hotel. Thank you. The SX Hotel. Yeah. So that's how he passed away. So oh, speaking of Stomp Down, Stomp Down, stay close. I hope I hope you can see me, and not just hear me stomp down. Put a one in the chat if you got uh if you can peek a little bit. Stomp down, can you peek a little bit? Knowing you may be at work. I mean, working from home, not at work. I mean, working from home. Oh, I was working from home today. Uh, uh, that man said, y'all can't be working from home. He don't trust nobody who work at home because he can't trust himself. So, okay, I'm gonna drop another link. I forgot to put this in my description box. I'm gonna drop another link right here. Let me see if Stump Down can see me first. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I guess he can't see me. They were each. Donna Hathaway was also a musical prodigy, and y'all know late that's Layla Hathaway's father, of course. Hey, Lee, brand new, grand rising to you as well. Yeah, it was very sad he went out like that. Black and mental illness was not discussed around that time. I can't see you. Well, I hope that you come back, Stomp Down, and click on this link. I'm gonna put it in my description box as well. So, as you guys know, Palm Reader. If you haven't gone over to see Palm Reader's new video, it is some good cameos in that video. I am not going to play all of the video. I'm just going to give you a little peek of this video. Now, have you put a one in the chat if you have not seen the newest palm reader? Oh, I forgot. I forgot he was in there too. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys just a little bit of palm reader's video. 2 minutes. You gotta go and pick up the whole storyline your damn self. Uh, her link is in the chat. The link to this video. Put a one in the chat if you have not. No, she has a new one. You said, "Oh my God, I saw." Oh, both of them that she let out yesterday. Stump Down. Did you see those videos? Put a one in the chat if you have seen it, stomp down. A 2 in the chat if you have not seen it, stomp down. Jill saw it. Stomp down. I know he at work. I can't be pressing all. You have not seen it. Okay, so you're gonna have to go and check it out. You have to subscribe to Palm Reader because guess who made a special appearance? Okay, I'm about to share 2 minutes of this video. Here we go.
Iran.
Lord have mercy. And how are you today, pretty lady?
I'm blessed and highly flavored. Highly flavored. They tell me that it's tart but good and sweet.
I sure wouldn't mind finding out for my damn self.
Oh my God, Jay Wilson, are you okay? Why are you wearing that uniform?
Get back into this receiver. Get into it. Queen Vivian Jennings. Yes, I said it. Queen Vivian Jennings just confirmed that I was not seeing things. When I saw Jay Wilson, honey, Miss Jay Wilson was driving a Via bus down East Houston Street real bad. Real bad. He was reading and serving the passengers real bad. Real bad.
All right, that's all you guys get from me. Oh my fucking God. That low down MF do tell. And you have to see, you have to visualize. You heard your part, but you have to see your part. That's why I asked, could you see it? Okay, so make sure you guys subscribe to Palm Reader because she always is coming out with new videos based on the beef sector. I'm gonna drop her link to her channel. Go over there and subscribe. And there are 2 videos about the bus driving pastor that came out last night. Here's her link to her page. Here you go. So go over there and subscribe. The link to the video is further up the chat, but there's the link to it. Let me go over that. Now, I can't believe she did me like that real bad. Yes, she did you like that real bad. You are gonna crack up. Oh my God. And I'm not gonna tell you guys who else. I think I was eating. I was eating I was eating my chicken nuggets. And child, when this child came on there, I almost choked. Oh my God, it was so freaking funny. There was an Uncle Tim Stomp Down, and there was one more character that made an appearance, and I almost choked. Oh my God. Oh, and Tracy made an appearance. Oh, that shit was good. With that white rain hairspray, wearing a wig. Yes, it was hilarious. Hey, kind to me, Grand Rising. Thank you for being here. Dr. Soapy, you missed all my singing. I was singing all the great hits from Roberta Flack. So you're right on time. Who was that? You didn't recognize Tim? Yeah, that was Tim with the overalls on and all of that. Shout out to messy ass palm reader. Messy and talented. I don't see no print in the front. Lord, eagle eyes. Okay, so now I'm cracking up at Stump Down reaction. Okay. Palm Reader did that. Bish, Palm Reader is the greatest of all time. That cotton lace front. Yeah, so you guys, if you guys have not subscribed to her page already, go over there and check her out. I gotta watch. She's very talented. And I'm not going to disclose who the other person is, but when that other person comes on, you are going to die. Please, nobody share who the other person is because you're going to die. You're going to die. Please, nobody disclose who's going to make a cameo appearance as well. I'm still salty with the bathing suit picture she did for me with red boots on. You're not salty. You know you love that picture. Okay, so today in Black History, let's get on to our Black History presentation. What is my Black I forgot what I had up here. Oh, this is a good one. This is a real good one. Just want to play a little bit of this presentation for you guys. Okay. You know, it's Black History Month. So here is what I want to present to you guys right here. Hold on, let me. Okay, the link is in the description box for this already. It's talking know your worth. So we all know that we have heard different stories about slavery, but I did not know once they stopped shipping slaves from Africa into Africa, how much money that was made. Of course, I know they paired up slaves to make stronger slaves, and and they breeded them like they were their animals and all of that type of stuff. But at one point in the United States history, the value of slaves was something like $4 billion, and it was worth more than the value of all of the things that all of the land holdings, all of the material value of the people in the United States combined. The value of the slave was $4 million, and the value of everything else was like 200 and something million dollars. So it's just unfortunate. It's just really, really unfortunate that they absolutely knew our value, because everything that they had was predicated on us working for free to give it to them, and all the monetary gains that they got, and was set up for generational wealth. So this is a portion that I want to share with you guys, because I didn't know this. So I just want to the staggering wealth gap that there was, and we were the most valuable thing. Unfortunately, we were treated like animals. But here's a little portion of this. Hidden Black History, the U.S. government tried to erase, is the name of this video. Hold on, let me make sure my screen is sharing. I forgot to make sure I'm sharing my screen. I am not. I'm glad I stopped it right there. I apologize. Let me go back a hair. I thought I was sharing my screen.
Then he would make an excellent breeder. White women prefer young and able farm men. An excellent physique provided a better bargain. These men were forced to produce more and more children so their masters could sell them at a high price. If the man resisted, he would either be severely punished or killed. Here is how the industry worked. A 1662 law known as Partus Sequitur Ventrum stated that if an enslaved mother gave birth to a child, that child would inherit the status of a slave. If the mother was free, then her child would also be born free. Reproducing was critical when white supremacists wanted to increase the number of slaves they had. More slaves meant more labor, more money, and money equals power.
Most people have no idea that the best way to make money on Amazon
isn't... I apologize for the commercial. Just 1 second.
A crucial practice, especially after 1808, when the international slave trade was banned. White people had to use any means necessary to maintain a high number of slaves without the transatlantic slave trade. So, men sexually assaulted black women to procreate, while white women often forced their slaves to increase their numbers. The children would be sold on the market as valuable commodities or raised on farms and plantations as laborers. In many cases, white women would take these kids away from their parents and bring them into the big house. The children would be made to serve. If they wanted to sell these children, then they would create this feeding regimen and control everything the children ate. If the children were seen as valuable stock, then the white woman would give them medicine like Jerusalem oak. This product was used to treat parasites like worms. If the child was not fit enough, then white women would force them to run around the farms and race with other black children. This was a test to see who would be the fittest. This practice ensured that the children would fit the criteria for extended labor and sell for a good price. Many of the young boys were also kept in the breeding farms and forced to reproduce, just as their fathers and mothers were forced before them. In some cases, white women would make black women and men watch their children go through the same traumatic ordeal. This created generational trauma. It is very hard to figure out exactly how valuable these enslaved people were, but here are some rough estimates. In 1860, the total value of enslaved people in America was $4 billion. This was much higher than the total value of all the gold and silver in the country, which was $228.3 million. It was more valuable than all the money in circulation priced at $435.4 million, and even all the farmland in the South worth $1.92 billion. To slave owners, enslaved people were the most valuable asset, worth more than all these other things combined. Southern slave owners would take out loans using their enslaved people as collateral. Banks would then turn these loans into bonds and sell them to investors worldwide, even in places where slavery was illegal. Wealthy plantation owners would start new banks in states like Louisiana and Mississippi. They would write down a list of slaves that planters could mortgage. This allowed them to buy more enslaved people and expand their cotton farms. To fund these loans, the banks sold the bonds to other rich people in New York, London, Paris, and Amsterdam. The investors didn't technically own the slaves. They owned the bonds that were backed by the value of these slaves. In modern finance, this process is called securitization. It was the perfect ploy to make more money. Without slavery, America wouldn't have become the global powerhouse it is today. America was
Thank you, viewers of you. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. The link is in the description box. It's a very educational. It's a very educational video because I did not realize that myself. So, um, yeah, it kills me when they say that they were the reason they built America and all of this type of stuff, and we should go back to where we come from. The audacity. So it was systematic, and you see how America uh, built all of this generational wealth off of our free labor. So today in Black History. When folks say that we come from a good stock, heed those words. Yeah, so that's what I go over there. You will learn a lot on that video. Now, what? Hey, okay. What do I have on the docket for today? What do you guys want to talk about today? So it's your show. You supposed to have something you supposed to talk to us about. Okay, so today in Black History, rest in peace, Roberta Flack. I have 3 videos. I have the song that I played. I have the I think it's a ABC news report that I have up there, and I have the written news report up there. I have 3 links for Roberta Flack. You are not included. Did you guys hear that Mayor Adams is suing the government? Now, let's be clear. Mayor Adams is the mayor of New York City, and the Trump administration wanted all of his charges dropped. They said that it's like a real cut and dry case, and they're not even arguing the merits of the case. They want his case dropped, but they will be able to pick up the case if they review it at a later date. So they think that it's a quid pro quo because they want Adams to give them access to people who are locked up, which is against New York City state law, to deport them. So they've had, I think it's 7 or even 8 prosecutors, U.S. Prosecutors, resign rather than to drop the charges, because they said that the reason for dropping the charges is not valid, and they're not going to sign their name to it. So they finally, after they went through 7 or 8 prosecutors, in the District of New York, they finally got one guy who said that he would take it to court. And Mayor Adams has been on TV with that border czar that they have, that ignorant, look like, that border czar guy. I can see him picking his nose and looking at the boogers. He is just such a numbnut. They went on a Fox News program, and the border czar basically told him, and he's gonna help us with the immigration problem. But let's be clear. The New York City had a immigration problem because we remember Texas was the one who started putting the immigrants on buses to blue states, Chicago and New York. They just didn't get there by happenstance. They got there because these red states shipped them there. So now, instead of just dropping the case when they finally found a prosecutor who said they wanted to drop the charges, what the judge did, they selected, I forget what is the term for him. They selected a defense attorney to go through the case and argue why the case should not be dropped. So it's still up in the air if the charges against Adams will be dropped. And the simple fact that they held over his head, he gave these January 6 people full pardons, but what's held over Adams' head, if he doesn't cooperate, they can review the charges and bring them at a later date. Yep, that doggone Greg Abbott. So, now we also know that under the Muskrat, he went into the New York City's books, and he said that he saw where New York City was paying double the rates to lodge these undocumented people in luxury hotels. And so they went into New York City's account and took the FEMA money, $80 million worth of FEMA money, straight up out of their account. And the comptroller had said that if Adams did not sue to get that money back, what was allotted through the Congress, that they were going to sue for it. And so they actually sued for it. So I'll share this with you guys. Now, I think that his back was up against the wall about this, but I was surprised that they are suing the government to get that $80 million back. So they definitely know how to get money out of your accounts, because it was for something that 45, 47 didn't like. So let's hear a little bit of this. I'm paying this under fair use for news reporting.
Donald Trump and the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, but it's not the one you're thinking of. The city has now turned around in federal court and sued the Trump administration, including its FEMA director, its Homeland Security director, because they clawed back and took out of the bank accounts of the city of New York over $80 million that was appropriated and granted to them through Congress to house illegal migrants in New York because of an overflow problem in U.S. Border Patrol. Those migrants were, let's call it what it is, dumped onto Manhattan and New York City, and they get compensated by and reimbursed by the federal government as appropriated by Congress. But Donald Trump got all hot and bothered because Elon Musk and his Doge said that he found $59 million being used to house migrants in luxury hotels, which is a lie. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And the FEMA director who's busy flip-flopping his way through the position in various court filings, a guy by the name of Cameron Hamilton, decided to push a button and pull out of and suck out of the municipal bank accounts $80 million. Not so fast. New temporary restraining order has been filed. The judge has been assigned. It's Judge Reardon. I'll talk about her in a minute. You're here on Legal AF and the Midas Touch Network. Everybody's sort of knows, I assume, that Mayor Adams was indicted by the prior administration and the prosecutors there for corruption related to bribery and false documents and other things. In addition to that, Donald Trump decided that he wanted to make Mayor Adams play ball with his immigration policy. We'll talk a lot about immigration policy on this hot take. And in order to do that, he authorized his new Department of Justice to enter into a corrupt deal to force Mayor Adams to play ball on Trump immigration policy. In return, Donald Trump would dismiss his indictment, but only temporarily, keeping it alive long enough that if Mayor Adams doesn't do what Trump tells him to do as a public official, he will re-indict him. So that unholy, corrupt bargain was brought before Judge Ho, and it's still sitting with Judge Ho, who was assigned a special counsel in the form of a former Solicitor General to get to the bottom of the potential corruption scandal. While all that was going on last week, the city of New York, led by Mayor Adams, even at this moment, through its Corporation Counsel, which is the in-house law firm for the city of New York, a very fine organization, they fought.
Actually, I think that the law firm filed the case because the comptroller said that they were going to definitely file the case. I don't think that Adam pushed the button because, he's still in limbo if they're going to drop these charges or not. And I wouldn't have even accepted no deal with that bastard. I'm going to drop the charges, but give them a way to come back and put the charges back on you. See, it just shows you what a bunch of bumbling idiots. Let me move a little forward. He is so thorough. Let me move forward a little.
Filed their federal pleading principles and administrative procedures. Almost all of the cases that I talk about on Midas Touch and on Legal AF violated the law, fired the worker, defunded the program, has acted arbitrarily and capriciously. That's a term of art under the Administrative Procedures Act, and several violations of the APA result. Usually it's tied to how Congress wants certain things to happen in the execution of its law, and these things have not been done properly. That's one. Two, you will usually see, and you see here in this case, an argument that there's been a violation of due process, property rights, under the Fifth Amendment, for which there has not been appropriate due process before the money was sucked out of the bank account, with some vague letter of irregularities and illegal activity in the operation of the program. What illegal activity? What operation of the program? When? And you can't just take the money and then make the city sue for it, although that's exactly what they've done. So you'll see.
Okay, so if you want to hear the rest, they took the money and they are making the city, if you want the money back, you're going to have to sue for it. So more illegal actions, of course, from 45, 47. I think we expect anything less from this administration and the BS that they have been up to. Who saw that horrible press conference yesterday with with the president of France, Macron? Did you see 45, 47 looking like an entire bumbling idiot and trying to lie? And when he got caught in the lie, he said that Europe is getting their money back because Europe gave Ukraine the money as a loan. And then Macron said, no. We're not giving the money back. What we gave them that money, and I remember I talked about the money that they had seized in the World Bank from Russia when they put those sanctions on them for starting this war, and they have all of this Russian money in the bank. And he said, Macron said, first of all, if anybody should get, they should liquidate that money that they seize from Russians and oligarchs and all that. They should release that money, and first of all, Ukraine should get that money for all of the loss and damages that they have suffered to their country and to loss of life. And then if anybody else get paid, it should be if they have anything left, they can pay back the people who have brought things in. Now let's talk about we know 4547 has steadily increased this amount that was allegedly given from 300 billion to 500 billion, but a lot of that is in equipment costs. So everything that was not in dollars amount, a lot of it was our antiquated equipment that they were going to have to get rid of, and it's very costly to get rid of. It's very costly to get rid of this equipment because, I don't even know what they do with old military equipment, but so it would be very costly for them. It also shows how nefarious Trump is. So let me play the clip from Macron having to correct him in real time, and then watch his body language when Macron is telling him the truth. Macron was like, so basically we don't want the money back, and he put his hands up like whatever, like flip his hands back and forth like like he's skirting the truth here. And then he said, then he turns around, if you guys want to believe that, sure, go ahead and believe that, but I just told you the truth. But he never, oh my God, he's such a clown. Oh, I tell you. Let me share this with you. Here we go, right here. I got to get through this commercial. Hold on one second. Okay, here we go.
Loaning the money to Ukraine, they get their money back.
No, in fact, to be frank, we paid 60%.
Macron with the fact check. All right, this meeting between Trump and the president of France, Macron, had me feeling some type of way. Honestly, it had me feeling embarrassed that this is the man representing us, and embarrassed that Macron had to fact check the U.S. president regarding Ukraine because the U.S. president can't stop spreading lies about our European ally, and for some reason keeps taking the side of Putin. I mean, Putin is winning the information war, and today was proof of it. So we need to be pushing back relentlessly, and that's what we do on the show. Make sure you drop Russian aggression and demand the immediate withdrawal of Putin's forces. And they held this vote for the war's third anniversary. So Ukraine brought a resolution for the third anniversary of Russia's invasion, and this is who voted for, against, and this is who abstained. The U.S. joined Russia, North Korea, Belarus, and Hungary in opposing the resolution. Even China decided to abstain. China did not decide to vote against it like U.S., Russia, North Korea, Belarus, and Hungary did.
So they wanted a resolution to condemn Russia aggression, demanding the immediate withdrawal of Putin forces. The U.S. Opposed the resolution. They refused to. They could have just said they abstained from the vote, but no, they said no. We're not going to condemn Russia and demand the immediate withdrawal of Putin forces. So you see who he joined in that vote. So let me get to this.
I mean, when we're voting with North Korea, you know we've lost the plot. I'll play the clip of Trump getting fact-checked, but watch this one of him getting asked, hey, you called Zelensky a dictator. You'd say the same about Putin, right? And Trump can't even say yes.
Customer, I will tell you that. You remember? That wasn't exactly what we agreed to.
When you call Zelensky a dictator, would you use the same words regarding Putin?
I don't use those words lightly. I think that we're going to see how it all works out. Let's see what happens.
You called Zelensky a dictator. Will you use those same words with Putin? I don't use those words lightly. Okay. But Zelensky is a dictator. Okay. Let's continue.
Happens. I think we have a chance of a really good settlement between various countries. And, you know, you're talking about Europe and you're talking about Ukraine as part of that whole situation.
This whole press conference really pissed me off. Let's continue.
The other side has a lot of support also. So let's see.
I mean, I wish Macron would just fact check him right.
The other side, you know, all of this vague talking, you can tell he's an idiot. Okay, let's get to why we're here. Let's get to the fact checking of it all. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Let me see.
Think about it. He did it in 2008 with Georgia, 2014 with Crimea, reinvades in 2022. I can almost guarantee by 2030 there's going to be another invasion, and Putin knows that the West will just tire itself out. The people will get tired, and that his propaganda will win and the facts will lose. And by the way, sorry, before I play this clip, I'm going to yap a bit. The facts are we're not just sending cash. This was Trump 3 years ago, but Trump today just sending cash. We're sending our old stockpiled military equipment, and Trump knows this. I was listening to an old interview with him, and he knows that we're sending old military equipment because he was joking about 40-year-old planes and how we don't really need them. This was Trump 3 years ago, but Trump today.
But today he wants to charge a price for sending it over there. But
is saying the exact opposite. Let's watch this clip.
I support the idea to have Ukraine first being compensated because they are the one to have lose a lot of their fellow citizens and being destroyed by these attacks. Second, all of those who paid for could be compensated, but not by Ukraine, by Russia, because they were the one to aggress.
I say that they should be compensated because they were not the one to invade. It was Russia, by Russia. He's talking about the money that's in the World Bank that was confiscated, using that money to compensate Ukraine, not Ukraine having to compensate anybody. Let's continue.
Again, just so you understand, Europe is loaning the money to Ukraine. They get their money back.
No, in fact, to be frank, we paid 60% of the total effort, and it was through, like the US, loans, guarantee, grants, and we provided real money. To be clear, we have 230 billion frozen assets in Europe, Russian assets, but this is not as a collateral of a loan because this is not our belonging. So they are frozen. If at the end of the day, in the negotiation we will have with Russia, they're ready to give it to us, super. It will be loan at the end of the day, and Russia will have paid for that.
If you believe that, it's okay with me. But they get their money back, we don't, and now we do. But, you know, that's only fair.
Okay, let me break this down play by play. because Macron fact checks Trump. And he also points out something that Trump doesn't seem to realize, or maybe he realizes he just doesn't want it to happen, when he talks about Russian assets being frozen, and that's going to be used to pay the war. And watch Trump's reaction. Trump has the really typical like bully reaction where he tries to like shake his hand. He's like, oh, whatever you're going to say. But let's break this down really quickly.
I support the idea to have Ukraine first being compensated because they are the one to have lose a lot of their fellow citizens and being destroyed by these attacks. Second, all of those who paid for could be compensated, but not by Ukraine, by Russia.
Okay, so Macron is saying here that Ukraine needs to get money. They need to be compensated with money, and they need to get military equipment. And then after that happens, we can worry about who pays the lender. So who pays the U.S. and Europe? And he makes the argument that Russia should be the one that pays, not Ukraine. He says right here, Russia is the aggressor, so they should be paying. And he means in the form of the frozen assets. Let's continue playing this.
But not by Ukraine, by Russia, because they was the one to aggress.
Again, just so you understand, Europe is loaning the money to Ukraine. They get their money back.
And then Trump lies right there. He lies entirely and tries to say Europe is loaning the money because he's using this as a pretext to try to push his mineral deal. His mineral deal in his eyes is a way to get back the money that we've loaned them.
Yes, because I already talked to you about the mineral deal that he screwed up with South Africa, saying that that crazy shit about South Africa. South Africa said we would not get any more minerals from them. So he just figured that he heard about all the minerals that would be helpful to Silicon Valley. So let's be clear that these mineral deals are not going to do anything for us as a nation. It's just going to allow private companies to go in there and purge their land for minerals for their own private companies. So, and he wants to push for this mineral deal that badly. So go over there and check out Adam. The link is in the description box. The link is in the description box. Hold on. Adam Mokler is his channel. He breaks down stuff really well. What is this? Is under in the France fact checks. So if you want to see the rest of this video, so let me stop sharing. Now, what do you guys think about that? Yes, strips the land of minerals for private companies, no less. Hey, K-Fit. Hey, Room Shaker, Grand Rising. Now, let me see. I have a couple of more things I want to share with you guys. Let me see what else I want to share with you guys. Adam Tooze, the brown booted thugs. Who has seen this video? I'm pretty sure none of you have seen this video. I'm not sure. Jesse Dolomore. If you're not subscribed to him, you should be. I really enjoy this. Now, we're talking about, we played a couple of those town hall meetings yesterday where the people are upset. So this lady in Idaho, she said that she heard other people cheering when the speaker was talking. So when the speaker spoke, that she didn't see any reason why she couldn't verbally disagree or boo the speaker, because she wasn't the only one booing the speaker. And I just want you guys to watch.
Donald Trump is now in.
I just want you guys to see what happened to this woman. there was a sheriff there. He is not the sheriff of the town that they were actually holding this town hall in. And he told these security officers, he directed them as if he was their boss. But they are not sheriffs. They are security officers, and he's not the sheriff of this town. So let's see what happened to this young lady. The link is in the description box under brown booted thugs. I think I have that. Let me share my screen, and I'll drop it in the. I'm not gonna even bother to drop it in the chat because I may have to do some adjustments with my video, but it's in the description box.
Donald Trump is now in office, and the fascists and fascist enablers and fascist curious are out in force, violating people's constitutional rights, not allowing them to speak, removing them violently from political events, town halls where you're supposed to ask questions, where you're supposed to put your opinion on the record. And this happens to be my home state of Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And there's a cast of characters I want to show you first before we get into this. I'm going to play this full clip. It's a little over 4 minutes. Every single second of it you need to watch, because this isn't just happening in North Idaho where the white nationalists run amok. This is beginning to happen all over the country. And it's going to happen more because people are fired up, and there is an uprising taking place within the citizenry of this country who are telling their elected leaders, no more. Their cast of characters are Sheriff Bob Norris, the Kootenai County Sheriff. This is the other thing. Well, here's your other guy. Ed Baranja. I don't know this guy. Here's his LinkedIn page. And then Lear Asset Management, which is this private security goon squad that I guess at the sheriff's direction was yanking her out and violently dealing with this woman who's just an activist, just a concerned citizen in the Coeur d'Alene area. Teresa Borenpole is her name. So that's the cast of characters. If you want to go back through and you'd like to.
Okay, there's a follow-up video where this sheriff has knowledge of this woman. He knows her by name. He has been in town hall meetings saying they need to get rid of the distractors and all of this type of stuff. So he has it out for this woman. Let's be clear. I'll see if I can find that as you watch this.
To look at those phone numbers and those email addresses and reach out and let them know what you think. Some of this public, some of this private. But here, let me say this on the as an Idahoan, as a 6th-generation Idahoan, my children are 7th-generation Idaho. That's a long time before it was a state. My kin, they came over with the Mormons on one side of the family, and the other, a different path. Here's what I love about these Idahoan, these fascist fucks from Idaho. And these are my people, Idahoans. Generally, there's this anti-California attitude. Don't Californicate my Idaho, or whatever these hillbilly bumper stickers that you see everywhere. They don't like Californians coming to Idaho because they don't want that liberal idea to Santa Rosa area code. All of these people are transplants to Idaho. They don't like California. They want to bring their hate, and they're out of hand. She's not disallowing the speaker to speak. She just called out, said something. something. And then plainclothes people, the guy in the green hat, you're going to see this is Bob Norris. I'm going to read a little bit from this article from the Coeur d'Alene Post Falls Press, which is the local, very small paper there. And he denies any involvement, doesn't know what's going on.
Okay, so what I said was, as they're bringing her out, she's in the back, and the man who's speaking up front, he actually says something like, yeah, we're going to have to start getting rough with these people. Like, oh, look at her. She's making such a protest and this, that, and the other. And he's clearly not being interrupted from talking. So let's continue.
Going on, yet he's the guy in the...
So the sheriff is also like, oh, I didn't do nothing. But he's on video. I didn't give these guys order, but you're on video giving them the orders, and they're not your employees. Let's continue.
Video telling who gets to be removed and who gets to stay. Fascism, a disregard, a violation of constitutional rights. This is illegal. This is an assault. This is also illegal detainment, which is arrest. But if you're a private citizen and you illegally detain someone, what's a real head scratcher? What's another word for that? Is it kidnapping? Watch this. And I hope that it fuels in you a fire of resistance, because this is going to be taking place all over the country. Watch this.
Women are dying.
Ever since the Roe versus Wade, so doctors are protected against having to be forced to do abortions.
All right, hold on one moment here. Okay, again, you folks who are just popping off with stupid remarks, you're not taking into account the people sitting next to you. There's a bunch of people that came here to hear them. There's an opportunity for you to sound off, but not right now. And because you're not smart enough to know that, you're just crazy people. And what we're doing right now is just pausing while we ask. If you can't be civil,
get up or be arrested.
So folks, when our nation began, there was some really.
You're gonna arrest her?
No, I'm not recognizing you.
What would you like to do?
So yes, we're going to get to him. We're going to get to him. I promise. We'll get
yes, it is.
Plenty of chances.
This is not a negotiation.
But the problem is the folks. Oh, look!
I'm telling you to leave.
Look at that! Oh, he's showing how intelligent he is with all the 5 words he's asking. This was the mission. They came here to disrupt so that the citizens can't hear.
Now, understand, this man who is speaking, he's just introducing. He's not a legislator at all. He's just up there pontificating and running his mouth. Yes, truth and reason. I was alarmed that nobody came to her rescue. But as you see, some of them applaud her arrest. Like that old man sitting in front. There was some guy who walked up to her and they pushed him away. I'm not sure if he didn't work for the security company and they didn't want him helping as a civilian. But then he came back with those wrist, those plastic wrist things. I don't know if they told him to go get them. It's very interesting to say that none of these people had the authority to do any of the stuff that they're doing to this woman. I see a big lawsuit right here.
The reality is there's a whole bunch of great things that are happening. The problem is we got a bunch of rabble-rousers who just won't allow it to be spoken. So, the thing is, what I'm doing up here is I'm simply over-talking because your voice is meaningless right now. And we're just taking care of the rabble-rousers. And eventually what's going to happen is everything's going to settle down.
Okay, so what he's trying to do is he's trying to trespass her, but he doesn't have the authority to trespass her. This is a town hall meeting. She's not doing anything anybody else does, and he does not have authority as the sheriff of that town or the authority of being in charge of this town hall meeting. So you just can't. I just can't walk up to somebody in the grocery store and trespass them because I have no authority over anything that goes along in that grocery store. It has to be somebody with authority, like the manager of the store would have to trespass me. So all of this, I'm telling you to get up, and if you don't, you're going to be arrested, is bullshit. So let's continue.
And we'll get back to the legislators. Because really, you didn't come here to listen to me. I just happen to have a nice loud voice and a big microphone. And I can talk over all of you. And I can just talk for on and on and on. And look at this. This little girl is afraid to leave. She spoke up, and now she doesn't want to suffer the consequences.
Now he's still up there talking. Now look at this. This little girl, she doesn't want to leave. She spoke up, and now she doesn't want to take the consequences. Did you hear him say that? This little girl doesn't want to leave. She spoke up, and now she doesn't want to take the consequences of speaking up, being threatened with arrest and dragged out of by people who have no authority over this whole town hall meeting. So is that what we in for? If we speak up, that we can be dragged out of places? See, they think that they have the authority. They think, well, how many times do you hear them do dumb shit and say we have a mandate and this is what was voted for? Did anybody vote for this? Let's continue.
Isn't that the problem that we're struggling with so many of the kids today? Is they want to behave and then not struggle with the consequences. That is shameful. I think what we've got right now is a situation where these folks are trying to filibuster and shut this whole program down. Unfortunately, they're being successful. So all of you who came here to hear the legislators, I applaud you for sitting there and quietly listening. I promise we will get back to you. In the meantime, we've just got to be a little aggressive with some of these folks here.
I will call the
Here. No, I should be removed. I should be allowed to cry and yell and scream. I should be allowed to interrupt.
Let's go. Don't touch her. This isn't excuse me, Sheriff Norris. This gentleman is assaulting me. This man is assaulting me.
Now, let's go.
This man is assaulting me. Is this your deputy? Is this your deputy? No, don't fucking touch him. Is he a deputy? These are deputies. Who the fuck are these men?
So how about that?
Hey.
It's too bad that we have some 150-year-old Social Security recipients. We know the government has been mismanaging money for decades, and we don't want to give up their
Show your badge. Who the fuck
Just
are you?
cooperate, it'll be 100 times better.
Yeah, that's what they say to rape victims. You fucking piece of shit. You refuse to identify yourself. Who are you? Who are you?
But the problem is this. They didn't come here to listen. They came here to interrupt.
So I'm going to link to this article in the description. I would advise that you read it from the Coeur d'Alene Post Falls Press. This is just pointing to the fact that Sheriff Bob Norris is a liar, that he acts as though I don't know who those guys were, but he's directing people to affect this, what could be considered a kidnapping in broad daylight on a
link is in the description box. I'm going to show you a follow-up of this. You guys can go over there and check that video out. I think it's under the title Brown Boots Coming to Get You or something to that effect. Brown Booted Thugs is under that. But let me share you some more information about this guy. Now, this channel, I just found this channel yesterday, and he does updates on all of these types of things that you see that happens. And then it's always inevitably somebody is going to come and give the doxing information, and he's going to sit up there and tell you who they are, who they work for. So let's hear about this sheriff history with this woman. So they have a past history. You heard everybody else in there saying their says and stuff, but why did he come immediately to this woman to arrest her? So let's hear this.
Norris of Kootenai County in Idaho. It looks like we've uncovered some audio from last year revealing that the sheriff has had it out for the woman he used a private security firm to kidnap from a town hall event.
That have said things that are false. And Teresa Ornpaul, and I think she's running, I will call her out. She's another activist. We need to make sure that we don't elect activist leaders in this community. Mm-hmm. We need to make sure we don't do that. In my opinion, there are a couple of city council members that are on the city of Coeur d'Alene council that are more of an activist than they are representative. So I mean, we need to make sure that we elect leaders that really understand what their role is and not activists.
That's why. It's because he knew she was, because she had previously run for office. She's smarter than they are and far more qualified, and they were threatened by her. That's why they kidnapped her that night. This needs to go viral. Sheriff Norris needs to be in jail. No more excuses. Breaking news update on Sheriff.
He has a really good channel. I'm going to put his link in my description box. Man, Ronnie, your commercials. Freedom of speech is out the windows. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Let me check it. Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss 313. I appreciate you. Let me see. Thank you, Miss 313. Okay, so let me see what else I wanted to talk about. Oh. The gold standards, auditor not second in command. Oh. Let's talk about the title of my video. Do you understand that they are making a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of buildings and things and communities where they are just really building for the one percenters. I'm going to share this. I didn't know about this, what they're building over there. It's not in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia. It's supposed to be a whole enclosed city. It's enclosed, and it's a straight stretch, and it goes as from the distance from Boston to Washington, D.C. And they said that they want the city to be able to be seen from the moon. And it's kind of slowed down. The construction on the city has kind of slowed down. But in the inside the city, they're going to have all this greenery, trees. You're not going to have to go outside of the city. And the outside is, it looks like mirrors on the outside. So it looks like a mirage or something in the middle of the desert. And it's a straight path. It's they're going to have a high-speed rail that can get you from one end of the city to the other in 20 minutes. They're going to have helicopters, taxis, and all of this type of stuff. And they're going to have skyscrapers and all of this. But they're estimating 9 million people will live there because that, they need the help, the workers, the gardeners, and the people who are going to work the stores. But the city is specifically built for the minority one percenters to. This is what the city is created for. Have you guys heard about this city in Dubai? Not in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia. Do you want to hear about it? Okay, so they have only one mirrored building right now that's been created. So let's take a look at this. I find it fascinating. Okay, yeah, it's open. Okay, so
like, take a look at this. The Mariah concert venue built by the Saudis in 2019. This is the largest mirrored building in the world for now, but it is only 3 stories or 26 meters high. If built, the line will be one of the top 10 tallest buildings in the world, and by far the longest. Animations produced by Neom promise suspended gardens, waterfalls cascading down buildings, and all your daily needs within a 5-minute walk. A high-speed train is planned to take citizens from one end to the other in just 20 minutes. There are even flying taxis. In fact, prototypes recently took to the air at this facility just 4 kilometers from the line. One consultant who worked on the mega project told Business Insider that the city is designed with a wealthy minority in mind. Yet the line promises to eventually house 9 million people within a footprint of just 34 square kilometers. That's more than 5 times the population of Manhattan in just over half the space. And according to Neom, this is what Manhattan would look like if it was squashed into the same footprint as the line. It might seem crazy, but urban planners say we do need to rethink how cities grow. In the last 75 years, city populations have rapidly expanded. More than half the world, 4.4 billion people, now live in cities. And the UN predicts it will be nearly 7 billion by 2050. But this expansion is not sustainable. Look at the rapid growth of Las Vegas in this time-lapse of NASA satellite imagery. Or Lagos, Nigeria, over a period of 40 years. And Paris has expanded 200 times in size since 1800, even though its population today is only 22 times bigger. The team at Neom believe that cities need a reset.
The cities are falling into the trap of the traffic jams, the pollution, a social disconnect. If humanity is not ambitious in this precise moment, when are we going to be ambitious?
The line is designed as a solution to both urban sprawl and population explosion, as MBS told the Discovery Channel in 2023.
The population going to jump in Saudi Arabia from today 33 million in 2030 something between 50 to 55 million. That raises very important question that we need to create new city.
Supporters of the line have praised MBS for being bold and innovative.
The energy within Saudi Arabia at the moment is incredible. I think NEOM is, the pinnacle of that change, and it's really exciting to be part of that.
But not everyone is convinced by the design.
The greatest architects and environmentalists were visionary. They pushed the boundaries. We need to build globally. Why would you do it light?
For thousands of years, we've mostly built cities that have dense, walkable centres expanding outwards over time in a circle.
Walkable interaction is the basis of cities.
Okay. One more thing I wanted to note about this city. Oh God, I had a mind fart. Hold on.
Businesses happen historically and now where you get easy interaction between people.
Do this 7 minutes a day until...
Hold on. There was something else that I wanted to note about this. I can't remember. Oh my goodness. Okay. So it's going to have a whole mirrored wall on both sides of the city. Well, you see how they have it stacked, and all of that is supposed to, all the city is supposed to be inside of the two big mirrored walls, kind of like the newest Great Wall of China, and they want it to be visible from space like the Great Wall of China is. So what do you guys think about this city for the uber rich? Do they think that it's going to be that many uber rich people? I mean, the rich are getting richer, but it's fewer and fewer people able to live that way by design. But this is what they're designing for the uber rich in Saudi Arabia. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. What do you guys think about that? Yes, I can. Shit, people with money want to live in Saudi Arabia. It's up, if I had money, I would want to live there. Because everything is at your feet. You guys don't watch The Real Housewives of Dubai? Oh my God. When I heard that they had ATM machines that distribute gold bars, I was like, you got to be kidding me. So Saudi Arabia is like a whole, and they say that the gas is like 67 cents a gallon or something like that. Real low. Because of course they're Saudi Arabia. Okay. So, and I don't understand if we are producing more oil in the United States than at any other time in our history. Why does our gas keep going up? I don't know. Crazy. Okay. Now let me let you see comparably what's going on in the state of Florida, where you're not being considered in the expansions that's going on in Miami, Florida. So it seems like the rich are only looking out for the rich. There's a housing shortage, but there's not a housing shortage for millionaires and billionaires. This is called Billionaires Invade Florida. The workers who build the city are dying. They can't afford to live in the city where they're building all of these mega mansions at. So, by design, let's check this out. And we would be remiss if we cannot look at the way that they have ended unions. Okay, let me play a little bit of this.
Miami, a city whose bright lights and tropical weather have attracted bachelorette parties and beachgoers since the dawn of time.
Enjoy Miami.
Projects incredibly quickly, no matter what.
Más sufrimos por.
Hold on.
Are getting left behind.
Imagínate cómo es de irónica la vida, porque somos los que construimos casas, construimos edificios, y somos los que más sufrimos por pagar una renta.
Miami developers are known for building big projects incredibly quickly, no matter what.
Every 4 days in Florida, a construction worker dies on the job.
And workers are fleeing the state because of it.
Si no cambian las condiciones, obviamente.
I disagree. I think workers are fleeing the state because that a lot of them are not documented workers. And see, that's the one thing. And see, we're not going to talk about how these undocumented workers bring the prices down for pay. Remember, if any of you guys remember, construction workers used to make damn good money because they were in unions. They had so many trade unions, different trade unions for every phase of construction, but now they don't. Now they depend on undocumented workers and what's his name? The governor, DeSantis, actually put out some type of law, a notice, or something that these construction workers can't take water breaks or something to that effect. So they're living in hot Miami, no union. A lot of them are not getting paid their overtime. They're just working them and not even paying them. But they can do that to undocumented people. What are they going to do? Who are they going to complain to? That's why they complain about the undocumented workers, but they are the main ones who hiring them because they get these huge projects. But who wants to pay the worker to build these projects? That's less money in their pockets. Let's continue.
Yo soy de las personas que no se queda donde está mal. Yo me muevo.
Now, with a $3 billion urban redevelopment project on the line, one of the biggest in Miami's history, construction workers are fighting back. We went down to the 305 to figure out who will define the future of Miami's skyline. After 29 years of living in Seattle, Jeff Bezos made an announcement in 2023.
Jeff Bezos posting on Instagram last night that he's leaving Seattle after nearly 30 years. He's going to move to Miami.
The move to Florida saved him around $1 billion in capital gains and personal income taxes. But Bezos wasn't the only 1%er moving to Miami. From 2012 to 2022, 38,000 millionaires, 160 centimillionaires, and 12 billionaires moved into the city. In fact, Miami has more centimillionaires with second homes than any other city in the country. And now it's one of the most unequal and unaffordable places to live. This massive accumulation of wealth didn't happen by accident. Let's go back to December 2020, nearly a year into the pandemic. Self-described village idiot Delian Asparuhov, a venture capitalist, tweeted, "Okay guys, hear me out. What if we move Silicon Valley to Miami?" Miami Mayor Francis Suarez responded a few hours later, "How can I help?" Suarez rolled out the welcome mat to every morally questionable financial institution in America.
You know, we in Miami believe that government should facilitate.
And why did he do that? How did that benefit him? Let's find out.
Not that government should dictate.
Lured by low taxes and little regulation, crypto companies, investment firms, and billionaire founders flocked to South Florida.
Little regulations. What happened? You noticed that what fell off the news real quick uh, is that condo development that fell apart. Little regulation. It needed all of that structural work, and remember, it collapsed and fell apart. And can't pancake all of those people, and I'm pretty sure they already have something new uh, in that spot right now because there's little regulation. So they don't want to talk about how many times that condo building was said that they needed to have serious structural work done, and it was not done until it collapsed on people. So that's what little regulation do for you. That's what 45, 47, and all these rich people, they don't want regulations because if you have to go through all of this extra stuff, that's less money you'll make off the project. And once the buildings are sold and all of that, that's no longer your concern. You've made your money. That's how little regulations. So regulations, but they can regulate. They can regulate poor people down to a nickel or a dime. Cops pulling up to young kids selling water on a hot day, telling them they need a permit. They can't sell water on a hot day. How come they can regulate the poor so well, but they can't regulate the rich? Do you ever think about that? How you regulate it to fucking death?
Florida.
This crypto bull from TradeStation really symbolizes how the gravitational center of gravity of the country has moved from San Francisco in venture capital and private equity in New York to the city of Miami.
Between 2020 and 2023, 105 financial firms relocated to South Florida, including the massive hedge fund Citadel and its billionaire CEO, Ken Griffin.
The men and women who serve in public office have a mindset of how can we help? It is a pro get it done mindset that is often lacking in the northern cities.
As Miami quickly became Wall Street South, its skyline did too. Spurred by pro-development policies and regular changes that allowed buildings to be taller, luxury developers rushed to build. There are currently more skyscrapers under construction in Miami than in every West Coast state combined. But for the workers constructing Miami's growth, the wealth hasn't trickled down.
I thought to myself, how is it, that the very workers who we rely on to build our housing here in Miami can't afford a roof over their own heads?
Zaina Al-Sus is a director at WeCount, an organization fighting for better living and working conditions in South Florida. She's standing.
And see, that's another thing. See, this is another thing. Look at all of the workers. All of the workers are South American. All of these workers are South American. Remember, white people, black people could get jobs in construction. Look at this workforce. Look at this workforce. Do you think this is by happenstance? No, it's by design, because they know they can manipulate these people. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying. State flipping instead of house flipping. The rich always have a plan that we never see until it's too late. Yeah, but we not building it now. It's being built by people who can be manipulated and really working for free. And they're not building places for us to live. They're not building any houses for us to be able to live. Let me go a little further. If you guys want to check this out, please check this out. This is very interesting. With all of the construction, they don't even have a permanent place if they get hurt on the job, that they go to a certain medical facilities. They have no cooling stations. This is Miami. You wake up some mornings, it's already over 100 degrees. So these are some of the things that they are working for and fighting for. But they now he got. Let's see how this benefited the mayor. That's what I wanted to show you as well.
Developer Rishi Kapoor.
I'm done. Thank you. I'm done.
In fact, Suarez has received over $2.5 million in donations from the development, construction, and real estate industry over the course of his career to do the bidding of developers. He got another $1 million from Republican mega donor Ken Griffin when the billionaire was planning to relocate his hedge fund to Biscayne Bay.
When you face a deluge of bureaucracy and waiting for permits and waiting for a meeting and waiting for this and waiting for that, it really kills the entrepreneurial life of a business.
Okay, so you don't want to wait on bureaucracy and permits and all of that. So you telling us that they can get around permits with $1 million donation? So and then when something happens because it wasn't done with a permit, can you do something on your house without a permit? Can you? You can, but if somebody find out about it, it's going to cost you twice as much to fix it than you saved on doing it without a permit. So how come these billionaires get to do things without permits? So that was something that interests me. It may not interest you guys, but as we enter into this Hunger Game type of lifestyle, I think that that is something that if you don't pay attention to, they are not setting up anything for you, the regular man, the working man. And as they are talking about taking more and more jobs away. Okay. Plus, many are on work visas for those rich companies. And if they don't work, they go back home. And they are lucky to get paid a livable wage. Let's talk about, we know those tech guys who they're bringing over from India, they get free room and board, but it's 6 or 8 of them to an apartment. They live in dorm type of apartments, and they're not getting paid the wages that they would have to pay a regular engineer. He looks really greasy. And yeah, and he wants when it kills the life of a company. You look like you half dead anyway. Talking about it kills the life of a company by waiting to get permits. This is so disgusting. But the undocumented immigrants will still continue to work for pennies on the dollar until they are sent home. They said that a lot of construction has stopped around the city of Miami, and the Cubans are aghast that they are being picked up as well. You are undocumented, so I don't know why you are surprised. Yep, they are stuffed like sardines in these places, and that's okay, because you're building for the rich. It's just like other nations where they get people from these poor companies like Pakistan and all this, and they are living in these makeshift housing with a community kitchen, community toilet. Oh, I saw one that was so disgusting. The community toilet is like built on like an outhouse type of thing, but with no outhouse around it. It's like a big gym bathroom, but the toilets are holes in the ground. It's just disgusting how they make. And they were actually building Trump properties. And the first thing that they do when they get these workers there from these poor countries is take their visas. So they just can't get up and go when they're ready to go. So to build these luxury, all this luxury stuff for the rich. It's really disgusting out here. I'm just letting you guys know. These people can't afford rent much less to even buy their own houses. If you're building skyscrapers and you're not making enough to buy your own, you can't even barely pay your rent. That's crazy. But they think that that's okay. And they're putting more and more people out of work. Can dragons do a video? If you're undocumented, you have no rights to complain because you're undocumented. But you, as an American, you have the right to complain. That is my point. That is my point. It's not the undocumented who you should be complaining to. It's to the people who have made the whole fucking construction industry an undocumented workforce. But nothing is happening to these companies. And these used to be good paying jobs that brought people, American people, up into the middle class. This is my point. That is my sole point. By eliminating unions. That's my point. This shit is crazy. Why do you think they keep coming over here? You saw that whole workforce was nothing but a whole bunch of people. It appeared from South America. You saw that their signs. They were written in Spanish. That's not. Can you fault them? If they know that if they can make it here, they're going to get a job in construction, making more than they could ever make in their home country. Now, after they hit 20 and 30 years, they see that they still making the same money and they can't barely pay their rent because their rent has gone up. Yeah. So let's keep it. I'm talking about disgusting ways of the rich, and they still are looking for utopias to be created for them and them alone. That's all I'm talking about. So, for your consideration, let me see if there's something else. There's one more thing I want to talk about. Okay. Who's taking the place of who's taking the place of the 4-star general who got fired late Friday night? Who's as the joint chief of staff, a 4-star black general? It's all about meritocracy. So let's see who is taking his place, and let's see why. This is the last thing, and then I'm gonna drop my link for a viewers review. I think you guys should really see this. You know, everything is about merit, and obviously that general got fired because of merit. And let's see who is taking his place. Okay, so if you're not subscribed to this man's channel, you may want to check him out.
So something that you should get used to over the course of the next 4 years, or at least certainly the first year of Donald Trump's presidency, is doing things late on Friday night, hoping that the fervor and the controversy surrounding whatever that move is will dissipate by Monday. And this is what took place on Friday night when Donald Trump fired 3 4-star generals and military lawyers that are there to ensure that the law is followed relative to rules of engagement and military personnel behavior. They're a guardrail against illegality. Members of the JAG Corps, Judge Advocate General. So
what did they do first? They fired the attorneys because it's easier to do this shit without the attorneys. So let's continue.
I got a few clips here. One is Pete Hegseth running to Fox News like the simp and coward he is for a friendly interview where Shannon Bream asked him about these firings. First, about 4-star general, C.Q. Brown, Air Force general, four-star general, served his entire career, decades of a career, honorably serving his nation, and now unceremoniously fired. And really the only reason that we can come to is that he's black. Pete Hegseth said, well, he's not going to meet the moment. He's not the right man for the moment. I think what Pete Hegseth means is he's not the right color for the moment for Donald Trump. I think that's pretty clear, because the man with whom he's been replaced is a retired 3-star general, a 3-star general to be the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And then we're going to get to why Donald Trump actually picked that guy. And it may or may not have something to do with he told Donald Trump, according to Donald Trump, that I love you, sir. I think you are great, sir. I'll kill for you, sir. I guess he would have to do that from the cockpit of a fighter jet, because he's an Air Force general. Not a lot of hand-to-hand combat being done by Air Force generals. But first, here is Pete Hegseth setting the stage for why the black man was fired and the less capable, less qualified, less filled with merit. Certainly merit. Wouldn't that indicate rank and experience? No? Anyway, here's Pete Hegseth, the not drunk at all defense secretary, explaining it to Fox News' Shannon Bree.
And I have a lot of respect for C.Q. Brown. I got to know him over the course of a month. He's an honorable man, not the right man for the moment. And ultimately, the president made that call. And Dan Raising Kane is going to be a fantastic chairman. I look forward to working with him. And he will give straightforward advice, as he did to President Trump, on the defeat of ISIS. No one else said it could be done in a matter of weeks. Raising Kane said it could. And guess what? It happened. And the president respects leaders who untie the hands of warfighters in a very dangerous world. I think Dan Kane's the man to meet the moment.
Okay.
Again, not the right man for the moment means not the right color for the moment. His pigmentation wasn't the right color for Donald Trump. For the racist, everything's DEI that I don't like, racist, white supremacist, while the Secretary of Defense with his white nationalist tattoos breaks the news to the country on the propaganda outlet Fox News. So here is Donald Trump from last year's CPAC, but I had to track this clip down. Here he is explaining when he met John D. Kane, Raising Kane, the general who is now the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. This tells you everything you need on the propaganda outlet Fox News. So here is.
I apologize. What I said was, not CPAP. I don't have a DSL modem. Sometimes some videos I don't know why it does that. Some videos, it puts me on mute and some don't. So what I said was, he said that this new guy is the only person that told 45, 47 in his last administration that they could defeat ISIS in a matter of weeks. But about 2 weeks ago, this same administration, since it's been in, has struck Somalia. I talked about the military strike where they bombed some mountains in Somalia. They said within hours, no civilians were harmed. And you haven't heard much about it in the media. But they said that they did that strike in Somalia because they were striking ISIS. So if, in fact, ISIS was, this man told him in his last term that they could defeat ISIS in a matter of weeks, and they did it. Why are they striking in Somalia, saying that they were fighting against ISIS? And why would you even be fighting ISIS in Somalia? See, there has not been a lot of news reporting on this strike. There hasn't. And why are they striking in Somalia? This administration. And this same administration who is trying to get Zelensky to make a deal about their mineral rights. But this is the only guy who told 45, 47 that they can defeat ISIS in a matter of weeks. Do you hear this bullshit? I didn't know we defeated ISIS. But this is why he got the black man's job. But let's see why he really got the black man's job. And let's not forget this, what he's going to say about Hegseth.
This is Donald Trump from last year's CPAC, but I had to track this clip down. Here he is explaining when he met John D. Kane, Raisin Kane, the general who is now the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. And this tells you everything you need to know about the qualifications for these individuals. It's not a qualification. It's not merit. It's how much fealty and loyalty do you show to Donald Trump. And this is about as gross as it gets.
I'm walking down and I'm looking down and I see these central casting people. A general, another general, a colonel, a staff sergeant, could be in any movie. These guys, it's like perfect. They're like perfect individuals. If I were casting a movie on the military, I would pick these guys. There's nobody you could hire in Hollywood that looks like this. So I walked down, and this is where I met General Raisin Kane. And what's your name? General, what's your name? And he gave me his name. What's your name, Sergeant? Yes, sir, and I love you, sir. I think you're great, sir. I'll kill for you, sir. Then he puts on a Make America Great Again hat. You're not allowed to do that, but they did it. I remember I went into the hangar and there were hundreds of troops. And they're not supposed to do this, but they all put on the Make America Great Again hat. Right? Not supposed to do it. I said, you're not supposed to do that. You know that. They said, it's okay, sir. We don't care. We don't care.
I love you, sir. I think you're great, sir. I'll kill for you, sir. And then donning, against military regulations, a MAGA hat. But we don't care. They don't care. We'll break the rules. We'll break the law for you, Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's okay with that because it's in service to his insecurity, his cowardice, his weakness.
It's also in service to, we will break the law for you. We're not supposed to be a political army, but we will do whatever. I will kill for you. We're not supposed to be a political army. So what type of information, what type of guidance will this Joint Chief of Staff be giving 45, 47? And what type of orders will 45, 47 be giving this Joint Chief of Staff to do, since he's already written an executive order that he can use the military on U.S. soil? So you got to pay attention. You really have to pay attention. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so the link is in the description box. I think that's all that I have to talk about as far as there's a couple of more links in the description box. Peruse them at your leisure.
At Grainger, we have a.
I think that's it for. Let me see. I think that's it. I have a link up here, how the Muskrat and Donald Trump are supposed to be opening Fort Knox and going in there and see how much gold is in Fort Knox. why Fort Knox is allegedly supposed to have a lot of gold bars in there. I hope they don't go in there like Geraldo Rivera went into who's was it Al Capone's vault and find absolutely nothing. So let's understand that the United States was taken off the gold standard when Nixon took the U.S. off the gold standard. I already talked to you about how the BRICS, the people in BRICS are on the gold standard, and they're buying up gold in China, in India, and Russia. They're buying up all this gold so they do not have to deal with stacking up American cash. And so they are trading amongst themselves in their own money, and they're basically leaving the dollar out because the gold and gas and a lot of the things that are shipped internationally are on the dollar standard. And now all these countries are 4547 said something. He was talking about China, and he said, and I don't know about them. I don't know if they are with this BRICS thing, but that's not going to be successful. That's not going to be around. He doesn't know that if China is in BRICS, when BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. But he sat up there and said he didn't know if China was part of BRICS. Well, you're about to know. So this is one of the reasons why I think they are seeing how they're stockpiled, because they're finally understanding that other countries are stockpiling gold while they're selling you worthless Bitcoin, talking about taking money out of the treasury to build Bitcoin wealth up. So that's all. Let me see. Second in command. You got to
right now we're in the
second
middle of
in
a
command
constitutional crisis.
or the
We are.
FBI.
Donald Trump is trying to shut down
So
our
we
democracy.
know-
this billion-
Just days after Donald Trump swore in a
We know that we know who Akash Patel, who said they ought to close down the FBI and turn it to a museum. If he was the director, he would close down the FBI and turn it into a museum for the deep state. Okay, so let's see who's second in command. Are you guys familiar with this lunatic? And during the Akash Patel's confirmation, they asked him who would be his second in command. And it's traditionally to have someone second in command who has deep understanding about how the FBI works. So talking about meritocracy, let's see who's the second in command for the first in command who has no merit for the job. So let's see this second in command for the FBI. Okay.
conspiracy peddling far-right commentator with no relevant experience as the director of the FBI, he announced that he would be making Dan Bongino, a conspiracy peddling far-right commentator with no relevant experience, see a theme here, as the deputy director of the FBI. Now, it's important to note that in the Bureau's 117-year history, the FBI's second in command has always been a career agent with the kind of institutional knowledge necessary to actually run the Bureau's operations, which makes total sense. The last full-time deputy director, Paul Abate, had logged 25 years with the Bureau before being appointed to the position. Before him, Deputy Director David Bowditch had 23 years at the Bureau under his belt. Before him, Deputy Director Andrew McCabe had 20 years of experience. And before him, Deputy Director Mark Giuliano with 25 years of experience in the job. That's what he came in with. So between the previous four deputy directors, that's almost 100 years of experience at the FBI. I'm not a mathematician, but that's a lot of years. Now, Dan Bongino's resume, on the other hand, includes 2 years working for the New York Police Department, 12 years in the Secret Service, 3 unsuccessful runs as a Republican candidate for office, and about a decade as a far-right MAGA pundit.
My entire life right now is about owning the libs. That's it. The FBI is lost. It's broken. Irredeemably corrupt at this point. Jack Smith, of course, the special tyrant investigating.
So if it's irredeemably corrupt at this time, I see why he has the job. Let's continue.
Donald Trump for a fake crime he made up for a fake insurrection. The only thing that matters is what? Chad.
So he said they got him, the FBI got Donald Trump for fake crimes he committed and a fake insurrection. So this is who's going to be over the FBI. Let's continue.
For a fake insurrection. The only thing, Smith, of course, the special tyrant investigating Donald Trump for a fake crime he made up for a fake insurrection. The only thing that matters is what? Chad. What matters? Anyone? Power. Power. You can see what I'm on. Power.
Seems like a nice guy. Now, joining me now is NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Dilanian and conservative attorney George Conway. Okay, Ken, let me just start a little bit with the history here, because I mentioned the deputy directors and the history of how many years experience they typically have. That's something it seemed that Kash Patel promised or said publicly he might continue. So what happened here?
At least according to the FBI Agents Association, they say that Patel committed to them that he was hoping to and interested in hiring a career FBI agent, as has always been the case in this job. And when you think about it, that would make sense. He's an outsider.
Yeah.
He's a flame-throwing MAGA partisan outsider. You need somebody in there that knows how to make the trains run on time. This is an incredibly powerful job. Some people were telling me today they think the deputy job is more important than the director job, because the deputy actually supervises operations, is in charge of all the special agents, in charge of all the field offices across the country, has his hands on some of the most sensitive intelligence and counterintelligence operations in the United States. And this is now being handed to a guy with no experience in the FBI and a long experience trashing the FBI.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, just double. The deputies in many of these agencies are actually the ones who run the day-to-day, thousands and tens of thousands of employees. They do a lot of the work. No offense to the people at the top. George, let me ask, today, Trump's post announcing Bongino, he added to his resume that he's one, I'm just going to get this quote for you. You're going to love it. You probably saw it. One of the most successful podcasters in the country. What do you make of this pick?
Well, it's got nothing to do with actually running the FBI.
Okay, great news for law enforcement and American justice. Dan Bongino, a man of incredible love and passion for our country, has just been named the next deputy director of the FBI by the man who will be the best director ever, Kash Patel. Dan has a master's degree in psychology from CUNY Community College. I don't know. And is no, he couldn't have a master's degree at a community college. I'm just being facetious. And a MBA from Penn State. He was a member of the New York Police Department for 2 years, New York's finest and highly respected special agent with the U.S. Secret Service, and is now one of the most successful podcasters in the country. Something he is willing to and prepared to give up in order to serve. Working with our great United States Attorney General Pam Bondi and Director Patel, fairness, justice, and law and order will be brought back to America, and quickly. Congratulations, Dan. So if you guys want to finish this, it is in my link. Let me see what you guys are talking about as I drop the link. Pam asked for the link. What do you guys think of this shit? He's a whole conspiracy theorist, a whole election denier, a whole, he said that the insurrection was fake. All of these people who were convicted of the crimes that they committed, he said that was fake. The MAGA cult horror show Kool-Aid has a sugar alternative. I learned a lot of this political stuff from watching TV shows in the 70s. A View is a View. The link is dropped. Barney Fife was, and remember he had to put his bullet in his shirt pocket, in his front shirt pocket, and every time he pulled out the gun, he had to load it with that one bullet he had in his top shirt pocket. The MAGA spin is totally insane. I concur. Those that can do, and those who can't teach. You dropped. Oh, there you are. Here's A View is a View. Hey, A View is a View.
Hey, Miss Ronicue, can you hear me? I have my headset on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I have a question for you, A View is a View.
Okay, go ahead, boo.
Did you get reimbursed for all your groceries that you bought to compete in the gumbo challenge? Because you know that is an expensive meal, and I understand that it was canceled on the date of the event. So I hope you got some money from that.
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because this was going to be the challenge that I did enter. Y'all know I don't really enter those food challenges over there with the ratchet people over there. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and enter this because I want to give back to the community, people that really know how to cook, that have been raised by parents that cook real food. They don't get stuff instantly, Instacart, and or just getting it in the can. Because I'm going to tell you, the gumbo that we are talking about, that I was raised on, that I had eaten when I was a little girl, the daggone root takes about 20 or 30 minutes to make. First of all, you got to collect all the ingredients. You got to buy all the spices. Everything has to be fresh and it has to be good size, not small, frozen Walmart shrimp and stuff like that. So, Miss Ronicue, I spent $272 for my ingredients to enter this damn thing. I was going to be a ringer because y'all didn't know I was going to enter it. Y'all did not know. No. Y'all didn't know I was going to enter this thing. So she said there was 2 people that enter, and then she says, "Oh, we waiting for the pie. We waiting for the pie." And y'all enter, and they're gonna split with 2 ways unless the 3 people can, and then we'll fit. So she primed the pump, and the pump was dry as fuck. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna win the whole pot. So I went ahead and spent my $273.37. I got my food from Whole Foods. I went to Publix. I went to Harris Teeter. I got some spices. I went down to the African shop. I went to the farmer's market. I got a whole bunch of shit to make my stuff. I even asked one of my aunties who is down there that makes the best gumbo in my family, of which I did not kill everybody in my family. And I was ready, Miss Ronicue. I got and it's not just the spices and the food. You have to have the right pots and skillets and spoons also. It's a process.
Now wait a minute. Okay, so you got all of that stuff. Yes, you are right. And don't forget that gumbo filet seasoning. You cannot forget that. I was just curious. I see that Purple Peach was entering, so I'm pretty sure she knew what she was doing. And I didn't realize that Mama D was a competitor too. She's from Texas and she's an older woman, but she asked too many questions about cooking for a woman her age. So I was interested to see if she was going to have, the recipe together. She asked a lot of questions. It seemed like, she ain't like our Bless Watkins, who can tell you right off the dome how you make stuff good. So it was going to be interesting.
Yeah,
and I don't know who dropped out. what is going to be the next contest, because we got to keep these contests coming. So how long will there be another contest? Because, people have to live and pay their bills off of these contests. So,
well, Miss Ronnie Q, I had already said the reason why I knew I was going to win, like it's the interview after the day and go fire. It was a fire. I had to leave. Okay. The reason why I knew I was going to win is because I had already had all these things and items and things, and we're going to get it prepared and all that. Because I knew the competitors. Well, we already know Purple Peach is she ain't nothing to be playing with. She was going to bring some stuff. The people that was asking all the questions of how to make the daggone gumbo, they was asking way too many questions. So they were getting information on going to the store to buy the roux, to buy the sauce in a can and in a jar, and get some frozen stuff. So I was here for the fuck shit. Okay, I was really going to enter just to show y'all, and then I was going to videotape parts of it and things and show it, but still show it in real time. I had my editing skills on point because I already knew it's going to be ratchet. It was going to be ratchet. You can't make no roux. They're going to throw flour in the water in the skillet 2 seconds later, and then add the shrimp in the
No.
Yes,
Now my aunt used to make good gumbo, and I used to be around all the time, and I know how to make the homemade roux. And the first time that I saw somebody over on LSA showed a picture of a bottle of roux, and I was like, you mean they make that? I mean, that's kind of the roux. That's kind of how you start to make gravy, but you got to cook the roux longer than you do the gravy. You let the flour brown, but you don't let it get roux brown. But so shit, I've been making that since I've been about 11 or 12 years old. So I was surprised that they had the roux in a bottle for gumbo, and I can imagine that that's not as good as the homemade kind. I don't know.
It's like the Italians, the real Italian, that taste the pizzeria. They come over here and see us ragu in this jar. They're like, I know you motherfucker lying because you just take tomatoes, garlic, onions, oregano, and all that and make it, and they're like,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. So what? It was something else.
I have a list right here, Miss Ronnie.
Go ahead. Go through the list.
Since I know this your show. Where's my list at? Oh shit. Yeah, I got a list. Hold on. Here it is right here. It's not a list. It's not a big list, y'all.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead. You go for it. Go for
it. Let me
before
I forget. You got yours written down. I was listening to QB, and he said that James over there was drunk at Dovey's, and he farted, and he actually boo-booed on himself. Did you hear about that?
I sure did. I didn't have that on my list, but I like when you just brought that up because yes, I heard about it, and I was like, I know I'm not going over there to see it. Oh my God. Jane, I love some Dovey mess. Okay, go ahead, Miss Ronnie. I just heard about it. I can't even comment on it, but I heard about
it. Right up her alley, just her type of guy.
She full of shit, and he letting out shit. Okay, all right. So anyway,
both of them full of shit. He's so full that he's overflowing. They said that nigga shot. They said that nigga what they call it, sharded, and the whole room filled up with bubbly boo-boo smells. But go ahead. What did you want to talk about?
Well, that's why. Do you ever notice if you ever watch that bitch when she be over there talking with him, he's in there. She always leaned to the side, holding her nose, and so he obviously has some smelling issues and shit. And he must fart a lot. So that means his booty hole is loose, and he needs to get that checked out. I didn't mean to be talking about booty holes and shit because I'm a lady. I talk about certain things. Go ahead.
Speaking about booty holes,
you remember shit. Look, I ain't gonna never get to my stuff. I over here just to prompt you. Go ahead. What we
Yeah,
gonna talk
I was
about?
over at Deanna's the other day, and
Uh-huh.
being over there, it reminded me of the cussing pastor. Now you know the cussing pastor died
That's on my
yesterday.
list. That's on my list. Hold on. That's on my list. Hold on. Where's the cussing pastor? Hold on. Cussing pastor Thaddeus. 2 years. He had a heart attack 2 years ago already, and then he came around, and then linked videos, daughter with a book. No one spoke on it on the YouTube for 24 hours. Why the fuck y'all report about every goddamn thing else? And then he's a fellow YouTuber. Why the fuck y'all didn't talk about that motherfucker? That motherfucker had been dead I'm sorry, rest in peace, for a while, and nobody said nothing. Go ahead, Miss Ronica. That was on my list. Go ahead, go.
Yeah, now I saw Miss Cruiser go live. Just so happened I hadn't gotten a notification from Cruiser for a while, and then when I got it, I was like, "Oh shit!" That's when I realized I hadn't got one for a while, and she was up there talking about it. And I do. Hey, straight out of the storyline. Thank you for coming. I was telling Deanna. And she was like, "Girl, no, I didn't know." And I was like, "Well, goddamn." She got that picture of him servicing that little purple
right,
let's say eggplant thing. And I was like, "Girl, you didn't know." And I saw a little video, and he looked so thin. He didn't look like the same him, but I couldn't find it. All the other ones, he was in the hospital and he looked fine. But then somebody in the chat said he was on hospice. And I was like, "Oh, I didn't hit on the video." But they was like, "That is Matthews." And I was like, "God, that he done lost so much weight and he looked older and frailer." And then the next thing I know, yesterday, that was the day before yesterday, I was trying to find the video so Deanna could see it. So I know she's gonna give some commentary on it soon. I hit her up and say, hey, I let her know that it had happened. So man, but that's one for the books. That live that she did on him, girl, I was in tears after that live she did on Thaddeus Matthews.
It was funny as fuck. Well, you know, she always delivers. She always delivers. I love when we get like 3, 4, 5 videos from her in a row. Like right now, we're getting from Rick Reed. I love it. They just fill in, and we just get our whole life. But I did have Thaddeus on here, the cussing pastor Thaddeus, and a lot of people that really realized about it, they could not find it, because if you just type in cussing pastor, you will get a whole long list of these cussing pastors. And then if you type in Thaddeus Matthews or whatever, first of all, I was typing Thaddeus Matthews, and it's Thaddeus. What is his name? It's the last name could be pronounced and spelled different ways. So it was a little bit hard to find unless you were already linked to him. But he is a fellow YouTube content creator. He's been on here for years. He's been on here displaying his heart attack symptoms 2 years ago. He was in the hospital with a heart attack. There was some fool-la-la that occurred while he had that one. So we all thought that this one that he had right now was linked to him sucking that daggone plastic dildo while he was supposed to be servicing the man meat to the lady. So we never know, because everybody lie on this motherfucker. So we didn't know. So
you didn't see the video?
I saw the video.
Oh, okay. Now, all me baby 73 said the custom pastor did raise a lot of hell, but he did a lot for people in the city, plus buried a few folks in Memphis, in my hometown. Now, Cruiser also said that she didn't want to show the picture of him when he was in the hospital. She just showed a picture when he was in a suit and stuff. And she said that there are some things that she was trying to pull up, but when she pulled up an article, it just had the controversy stuff in there. And she said she's going to come back, and she wanted to list off some of the good things that he had done as well. So,
well, Marion Barry did a whole lot of good stuff too while he was a mayor, but he was still in the damn place smoking crack with a prostitute. Okay, but anyway. So everybody does good things, but when you're in these positions, you're not supposed to do certain things. But you know what? They did do a cover up. Somehow they can cover stuff up, and then people have shame. They'll talk about you when you're doing ratchet shit. Then all of a sudden when you die, they're not supposed to say shit about it. Are you kidding me? That motherfucker was on here causing madness, mayhem, and chaos. Him and a lot of people. And the mayor, Marion, I know, child, I probably can't even walk outside my door now because they're gonna be like, they're gonna hit me in the head with a brick. How dare you talk about Marion? He did all this. Yeah, but he was in the hotel with the prostitute smoking crack and shit. So, you know, and then
that bitch set him up.
That bitch set me up. Really? She and she was a prostitute. Anyway, so he's linked to something. The daughter is gonna come out with a book and she's gonna tell us everything. And I think he might have survived this heart attack had he not been caught with that damn video sucking that plastic thing. You know, your heart can't take for so much. But anyway, and so it was a blackout for his picture and stuff. All the church people and stuff, they not saying, oh, he was a good man. Yeah, okay.
He's a good man, Savannah.
But he got on top of me and did his business. Okay, anyway, rest in peace, fellow YouTube content creator. Okay.
Yes, rest in peace, Roberta Flack. Rest in peace. They said somebody else, Busby, Jerry, not Jerry Buss. I don't know. I think it's a sports figure. Jerry, somebody, I don't know.
And
I can't
Biggie
remember.
Small's mom passed away.
Yeah,
Rest in peace to her.
yeah. Viola. What was her name? Wallace. I put it on my community wall already. Yeah, she passed.
It's always in three. It's always in threes. Okay, and then Trump, you need to child. Why he fired all the veterans that had been to war? They had got they pledged their whole life and career and family to the country, thinking they were going to be retired and have good, memories, raise their grandkids and stuff. Trump then fired everybody. Musk then told people, how many people got their job this morning? If you send that day, go letter tell 5 things that you did for the last week. Did you talk about that?
But I have that in my community, in my description box. I didn't hit all of the ones, but now he took that back. He rescinded that, and then because the head of different agencies wrote him a letter and said, what we do is sensitive and our people can't tell you 5 things that we did. And then Trump, I think agencies some people can't say, but he says he's going to fire the people at other agencies. So I guess if you don't turn it in, you're fired. But they have rescinded that letter. They told their employees, do not pay any attention to that letter. Ain't nothing happening to you. So I think they're ready to fight.
Yeah, but can you imagine putting something out like that? Now you're a grandfather, great grandfather, I'm gonna say grandfather, and you got all these obligations. You gonna gift some college money to your grandkids and stuff, and then you got the big house, you got this house and stuff, and you got responsibilities, and all of a sudden they tell you you're fired, and you're a veteran, and you know how to use a gun and some bombs. They gonna get his ass. They getting Trump out before the end of the year. I'm telling you. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something that's really weird. The simple fact that he came out with this letter on a Saturday evening. Now, these people are at home. Who's checking their work email on a Saturday evening? And he tells you if you don't have it in by Monday morning, you're fired. That just shows you why he has so many cases in front of the labor board, which he dismantled. That shows you he think that just because you work for him, you're at his beck and call 24 hours a day, even on your days off with homework. Crazy shit. That's what these Indian people who are coming over on these visas are working all of 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, and living in dorm type $70,000. And this is crazy. So that shows you what a nut job you got right there.
Yeah, it's well.
Now wait a minute.
Is there something wrong with the way he looked? Go ahead.
Jasper Isley from the Isley brother has passed away. I didn't know about that. Thank you, Miss Queenie.
Yeah. We love music. We love, and
No,
these people.
Chris Jasper from the Isley Brothers. Thank you, Miss Queenie. Now go ahead.
Well, speaking Caravan of Love. No, baby. Hold on. Yes. Okay, let me have a memory. Hold on, Miss Ronica. I'm gonna say a couple of lyrics to see if you can. I think you got it. Seems okay. Y'all know I can't sing. And palm reader, don't come for me and my singing and vocal abilities. Okay. Seems weird weather, hard times we've been through. In silence, I waited. I missed you. 'Cause you and I back together again. Got the world.
No.
Go ahead.
Uh-uh.
Go ahead, tell it to them. Go ahead. You can sing. 'Cause you
seems we weathered our problems, we defeated something. I miss you. 'Cause you and I
back together again. Got the world,
in a spin.
Okay.
'Cause you and I. Oh, that's my song. Did you hear me play that this morning?
Yes, I did. I heard it.
Oh,
And then I had the red ball
shit.
and then hear it again. I love that. Rest in peace. I typed in your chat that I had last saw I saw him and her in concert also, but I also saw Miss Roberta Flack with People Bryson in concert, and that was a treat. I believe it was at Radio City Music Hall. But anyway, I adored her music. And like I did type in the chat, I grew up on that. That's when that time, when you graduating college or whatever, or moving on to a career, or it was just.
It's a song track of your life. Oh yeah,
exactly. You get it. Okay, so but
I wasn't graduating from college. I was probably in the 5th or 6th grade, and I'm just kidding. I think.
Bitch! No. Okay, it's okay. You can age shame me, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Go ahead.
I don't know how old I was, but go ahead. What was the next thing? You was
video that damn palm reader put out there, put lovely love up in there, trying to fight with Wilson. Oh, did you?
Oh, that shit was funny.
Oh my God, I died.
So, when she came around that corner, I was like, it sounds just like her. I was oh my God.
It was hilarious. Okay, I had that on my list too. Okay, this part I'm gonna talk about last. Okay, and then the Rick Reed. Oh yeah, Rick Reed is over here filling in. Cause why y'all coming for Rick Reed? I have no idea, but Rick Reed said, "Bitch, I'm ready for you." Okay, so I was enjoying some of that commentary. I'm not gonna speak any names, but I'm just saying if y'all want to hear something that's pretty entertaining, go over there to the Rick Reed. He's holding it down. I've seen like 3 videos where he is getting everything straight and organized, and he did do a good repeat of the history and about this one person in particular, and what he said. I heard no lies told.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah, go check that out.
I missed that yesterday.
And we're not saying no names because we don't need that shit. I mean, not commentary. And then the last thing, because I know this is they gave us Black History Month, the shortest month of the year. Okay, but we built this whole anyway. I will be doing a whole situation on Friday, the 28th. And it's just going to be about, hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, the 28th. It's just going to be about Black. Okay, when I grew up, we had cartoons, we had comic books, we had crayons, but we didn't have anything dedicated to us. So all the cartoons and the crayon books and stuff that we had when I was growing up, they was all white people, European figures and stuff. We didn't have Black figures with bigger noses and bigger lips. Everybody was lily white. Well, there was paper. So, and then we didn't have the crayons and stuff so that we can color in our beautiful melanated
flesh
skin.
color.
The flesh and skin tone. So we had to take the brown
we
crayon.
had that old, yeah, and that peachy color and mix it together.
And try to make the skin tone. So anyway, so the 28th, I'm just going to try to tie everything that I can together for that whole day, or maybe before, and just highlight and showcase a lot of the Black artists, whether it's coloring, painting, or anything, whatever I feel like. And then I will at that night, I'll probably get some edibles and I may get a bottle of champagne and color. And just like, I have some Black coloring books, some hip hop coloring books, some music. So I'm just going to wild out. You know, it's not going to be a monetized video. So, so if you want to come over with your ratchet shit, bring your Kango hat and your bell-bottom pants, and come over and hang out with me at least for an hour. That's all I ask. I don't really ask for too much around here. What's the phone ringing? Yeah, I don't ask for too much. Where's the damn phone at? I don't even know. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do the last day of the month. And it says scam likely. Scam likely. That means it is a scam call.
That means it's a scam. You likely ain't gonna get answered. You likely gonna be blocked.
I just blocked, and Miss Deanna Erd Thompson. Yeah, I called Viewers of View one time. The bitch blocked me, and I was like, "Oh my god, I did block her. I didn't mean to, Miss Deanna, and she still ain't sent me her new number. Anyway, whatever. So that's all I got. Fuck you, bitch, and goodbye." That's
what was the last thing? You said you had something on top. That was the last thing.
That was it. The last thing was that what my event
the color.
For,
event.
The color.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna try to make it a little bit more kind of different, but I will be coloring. Anybody that wants to color or whatever, talk shit, play some music, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And so that's my tribute, because I didn't do anything for Black History Month. I just watched a whole lot of people's channels that did share some information, historical events and inventions and things that we did. And I think this conversation that you had at the beginning of this video, I learned something there. I can't remember what it was.
The wealth of the slaves was their main wealth. And
I knew that part. I knew that part, but the part that you said how they were using it for in the bank. They were using the slaves for commodity.
Commodity.
In the
commodity.
bank. Yes. Now never, if you really think about it, that's what they were doing, but I just never I never even heard it being verbalized like that. But I already knew about, and they were raising us like animals, like they do dogs, and breeding them and look and see what buck, get a good strong buck. And then, you get more money for this person. It brought back so many memories. So that conversation that you had this morning at the beginning of your video, it's it's a good thing to research, especially if you don't know anything about it. I know some people are probably shocked with it, but yeah.
Yeah, that was a very informative video. So if you got a chance, it's in the description. All of my links are in the description box.
Yes,
except for the palm reader one. I'm gonna go back in and add that one to it.
Can you play that little bit of part with the stump down walking with his thighs? I'm going to get off of here. I know you only played a little clip. I don't know. Can you just the thigh walking part? I mean, I don't know. I'll be asking too much. So that's all I got, Miss Boo. I'm going to go make my coffee and make me a little vegan breakfast sandwich. I don't buy eggs anymore. I can find it. Okay.
Eggs? Because they're too high.
Well, I never liked eggs because I don't. That's one reason why I'm kind of leaning towards vegan. But I can't even buy my egg substitute without having to put down a loan. Hold on, let me show you the egg substitute that I buy. If you all don't like eggs. Eggs from plants. It's and I do it because I only eat a little bit. I don't eat a whole big old meal, but anyway, it's this stuff right here. Eggs from plants. This tastes just like eggs to me, and I just put a little bit in it. I have a vegan sausage and some organic bread and some little jelly and stuff, and a cup of coffee. It's so good. The mushroom coffee, and I'm happy for breakfast. So.
Eggs from, I'm here. You say eggs from plants.
Ronnie Q, this bitch eat. Ronnie Q's like, this bitch eat eggs from plants. What kind of shit?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
So let me get this for you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. You're welcome.
All right. All right.
You gone?
Yeah, I'm going right. I'm getting ready to go right now. Thank you.
Oh, I think I went back a little too far. Oh, that's the preview. There you guys go. That is a. I'll show the whole preview. This is the preview of part. There is a part 1 and 2, so I'll show you the preview. How about that?
I don't tell you bitches everything. I have to keep some things to myself. Honey, I was driving a city bus for a whole year and the girls ain't know a thing about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna copy and paste this link. Go over there and check out parts 1 and 2 of Stump Down. Here's the link to this is the link to the preview, and so once you get over there, you can click on the videos, part 1 and part 2. So that's it for me. I thank you guys for coming out. Please hit the like button if you want to support the channel. $ Ronnie Q. You can become a member, and yeah, that's it for me today. I didn't do my membership live this weekend. We're going to try for maybe Friday. I don't think I'm going to come on Friday morning. I think I'll do a membership live sometime on Friday. So thank you guys. I appreciate your support. Please hit the like button on your way out. And I'll may or may not see you on the YouTube streets. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air. It's time for Ronnie Q.